Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another JVS movie review from the Middleburg Film Festival. This time we are bringing you the latest film starring Idris Elba called Concrete Cowboy. Now let me get you to the cast and then a synopsis. Along with Idris, we have Caleb McLaughlin. I think I'm saying the guy's name right, or the kid from Stranger Things. Caleb McLaughlin. We have Gerald Jerome and Lorraine Toussaint. Yes, I'm saying all their names right. I know I am. All right, here's a synopsis. A teenager discovers the world of urban horseback riding when he moves in with his estranged father in North Philadelphia. Now, first things first, the concept of this movie sounds silly to lots of people. We're just gonna knock it out the park. That big elephant in the room. Anybody who's seen clips, anyone who's seen a poster from Concrete Cowboy, all you see is Idris Elba on a horse, and he's riding a horse through a city. What most people don't know that this is actually true life for some people in North Philly that ride horses and have stables and things of this nature. Like this is based. I want to say this is based off of the book Ghetto Cowboy. I think I'm saying the name of the book right. Ghetto Cowboy is kind of based off of that lifestyle of writers in North Philly. And some of them actually appear in this movie playing certain characters in it, which really gives authenticity to this film. Now, let's quickly get into the actors here. So first, Caleb plays Cole. And we get introduced to Cole at the very beginning of this film as his mom is having to leave her job again to deal with him being in another fight in school and being expelled from school for the fight. And then we get a gut wrenching scene as the mom decides to drive and drop him off with his father. Now, nothing is explained to us before it happens, but we get horrible scenes when she pulls up to his father's house, and she doesn't even get to the door to greet the father. All she does is put Cole's stuff out the car, and Cole gets out the car and she locks the car as he's beating on the window and begging for his mom to let him back in. And then we get to meet Idris Elba, who plays his father Harp in this. And again, nothing early in this film is explained on anything about these characters, and it kind of works in the end. That is, nothing is fully explained to you of who these characters are and what they represent in this story. But we get that father and son dynamic the moment he gets there, and Cole arrives at his father's apartment slash row house, I'm assuming, and it's a horse in his living room. He's like, wait a minute, you sleep in here with a horse? And then we get the back and forth that comes along with a lot of these films, with a lot of this storyline of the father being estranged from the kid, and the kid harboring horrible feelings towards his father. We get that at the beginning of this film, and it's kind of expected. We also meet Lorraine's character, who is Nessie, who is one of the people who runs the stable and who is friends with Harp in this story. And then we meet Smush, who is Emmy winner Jerome, and it's not fully explained, but him and Cole have some past relationship when Cole was there before. Again, a lot of the story is not fully explained to you. Let me just first say that it's not fully explained to you. You just go along with it. If you've ever seen urban, I'm going to choose the word urban here, urban movies before, it follows the same trope and the same storyline of every single one of them. It just involves horses. So if you've seen Boys in the Hood, you kind of know where the story's going. If you've seen Menace to Society, you know where this story's going. If you've seen anything in that nature of film, you know exactly where Concrete Cowboy is going. At that point, you just need to either enjoy the ride or get off the ride. I chose for this film to enjoy most of the ride. It is some really touching scenes here between Caleb and Idris, but it may not be enough for most people to carry the film. at times it does feel like the actors aren't given enough to do. And that is the only sad part of it. Or if you're not going to give the actors more to do, show us more of the world around the actors, and maybe we can like that a little bit more. Kind of reminiscent of Charm Street Kings that came out, I want to say a month ago. Oh, but 2-3 weeks ago on HBO Max. I said a month ago because we initially viewed that movie in February and it just released. But again, for Charm City, if you're not going to focus and give the actors much to do, give the environment more to do. And this environment is way more interesting than Charm City is. We have people riding horses in Philly with stables and things of that nature, and the history that goes along with that. Now, while we do get history lessons in this film, they don't feel long enough. We get performances that don't feel deep enough. Gerald Jerome just doesn't seem, he gets to play a typical drug dealer in this and doesn't get to expand beyond that. Even though we get hints to the character being way more than that, we just don't get to see it. Even Idris, like it feels like the film never goes into fully how he became the man that he was. We get a very tragic backstory that just leaves us wanting more, and they decide to leave us right there wanting more and not going into a deeper meaning behind everything he's went through and how he can pass that on to his son. It's just amazing how much they don't give us in Concrete Cowboy that we were looking forward to getting here. Because again, in the end, while it is a by the numbers story, you kind of always want a little more, and they don't give you that little more. So that's as much as I can say. Well, we could talk about the score. Yeah, I said that like an afterthought because I'm just focused on the point that it just didn't give me enough. But the score of the film is pretty decent. It's nothing extraordinary. It's nothing that's going to stick out to you, but it doesn't get in the way of the film, and that's the key part. The film looks beautiful, though. Some of these shots are great for this film, and that just makes you want the actors to be given more work to do because it's shot wonderfully, wonderfully shot. But again, in the end, they just decided, I'm assuming, not to give the actors enough to do, but to just base it off of very charming performances that never dig deeper than surface level. So, Concrete Cowboy. I am not 100% sure if this film has a release date yet. I have not really seen anything. I know it debuted at the Toronto Film Festival over a month ago, but since then, I have not seen anything distribution-wise for Concrete Cowboy, and I don't know if they're going to even risk releasing it in theaters. I know for sure it should be released around December because at the time when this film was made, and now I believe people think this is an Oscar hopeful film. While it may not be, it is still an enjoyable enough of a ride for you to just sit back and watch it with your families or someone and just enjoy that they have decent performances in it, and possibly throw out anything that happens with the actors in this, and hopefully you'll want to learn more about horseback riding in Philly, the stables in North Philly, and that lifestyle and those people, because that's the key to this film is those people. They made me research it even more after the film, because again, the film left me wanting something that after I researched more about these writers in Philly, I got that. I got it. I got exactly what I needed to because of that. Unfortunately, the film just didn't give it to me, but my research after the film gave it to me. So, Concrete Cowboy, out of a possible 10, I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. Again, it's just not, it's very surface level urban movie. And I am choosing to use the word urban besides the word I want to use to describe this movie, but I'm saying urban movie. So if you can translate what urban could mean in a different word, not a bad word, but a different word, then that's the type of movie I think this is. So I'm calling it an urban movie. So again, no, check it out. Let us know what you think of it when it drops. Again, I am not 100% sure when this movie drops. Sue me. I looked it up, tried to find it, could not find when this movie drops. But when it does drop, check it out. Let us know what you think. This has been another JVS movie review. Peace, people.